So good morning. We are going to have a look at a really exciting program called Adobe Muse. It is fairly new out there, and I like it very much because I'm a designer, I'm not a programmer, and I love packages that cater to me and my way of doing things so I don't have to write oodles of code. So we're going to just create a quick, simple template to start off with. I'm in Muse right now. And I downloaded this from Creative Cloud, but you can also just install it. We're going to start with a new site. Okay, and here's where you start setting your settings here, right? So the first thing it's going to ask you is how do you want to do the first main design, which is in a PC format, tablet, or phone. Now, of course, one site will have all three of these in it, but to start the design, I'm going to go ahead and put it to desktop. You set your width. I'm going to go a little bit larger than the 965. I don't know why, I just feel like it. So I'm going to take it all the way up to, I'll just, what the heck, take it to 1,000, because almost everybody has that size screen nowadays. The height, I'm going to go a little higher as well. I'm just going to go to 600 here. Sticky footer, what does that mean? It means that the little piece at the very bottom of your website is going to be fixed to a spot. So I like that. I'm going to stick it in there. I think that's nice. One column is good. This gives me a lot of options for my design. Everything else here is looking good. Padding, this is the area to the around the box that you're creating. And for those of you who like a larger area, that's a good size. I tend to like that. Centered, good. You can always come back and adjust it later. Now, what it's going to do for you, it's going to create like a sitemap to start out with. And you can always come back to this area, and you can see it by looking at this little tab up here. If I double click on the home page, it will give me the page itself. So I have this nice wide page. You can always come back to the sitemap right here, and it will keep track of what you're doing. This is your master. So let's say you want to have something happening on every single page, that's what you would do. So I'm just going to go ahead and build out a few pages. I have my home page. My website is going to contain About Us. It's going to contain a page, let's see, Services. This is kind of like a boring, standard looking website. What's another good one? Case Studies. Come across that a lot, and maybe we're going to have some tutorials on there just for fun. So you can go ahead and move this stuff around as you like it. This will tell me, as I'm moving this around, where this thing goes. So we're setting up a little sitemap, as you can see, and it's as easy as dragging and dropping. So this tells me that the home is going to be the parent, and these are going to be the kids coming off of here. Now, if you want to build out other sites, let's say About Us is also going to have a separate contact page, then you just build that out and put it under here. Simple, simple. I love this program. I'm going to now create a master. So here I am in the master, and this means this is the page that is going to have lots of different elements that I want to see on every single page. So let's say we have some navigation at the top or a logo in the top, then this is what I would work with. So I'm going to just enlarge this a little bit, and I'm just going to build in a little footer here. So I'm going to start by making just a regular little box where I'm going to have my address, and I'm going to fill it with a nice pretty color that's maybe a little garish. So let's go with something like this. No line around it, just plain old stuff. I'm going to have a text box in here. And I'm going to say this is my address. And, oops, 2 S's there. And phone number, email, etc., etc. I'm going to center this guy here. Now if I go back to my little arrow tool, I can really center it by pulling it on either side. I can mess with the text a bit. Double click inside the text, select it by going Command A, which is all, and get it nice and big. I'm going to have it nice and Pretty, here we go. So this is what my footer is going to look like. I want to see that on every single page. And another thing I want to see on every single page, I want to have my logo on every, or this is the name of my website. So website name, I'm going to just put that on every single page. That is the inside page, okay? So I think I'm also going to have some navigation in here too, but we'll get to that in another session. So I go back to this little tree diagram here, and I see, whoa, Nelly, he's got that master on every single page. So if I go to the About page, guess what? It looks like that. If I go to the home page, guess what? Looks like that. Now, I like that. That's good, but I actually don't want to have that on my home page. So I'm going to get rid of this master right here and say no master. So we're going to build a second master right here, and we're going to call this blank, or you can call it whatever you like. And I'm going to make sure that this, oops, hold on, let's get back to that. So we're going to get rid of the master on the home page. And what you do, you just take your right mouse click and it opens this little panel here. And at the very bottom you see the masters. And I'm going to, you can say no master or you can use the blank master. And I think I am going to do the blank master because you never know, we might want to have something there on that home page. So now when you double click on the home page, there's nothing there. And when you click on all the other pages, there is something there. It's my master. Now the wonderful thing about this is you can keep going back to your master. You could always change it. Let's see, I think my footer text is too big, for instance. I'm going to take that down and maybe create a little bit more room on the page so it doesn't have all of this space I'm using up. And guess what? Every page has it too, and that's what I love about using masters. In our next session, we're going to be looking at navigation. Thank you.